Well, hello everybody. What's
What's
up? Yours
up?
truly, Miss Jazzy here, along with
December Rose, the Prosperity
that
Doula.
we are live tonight on this Thursday. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, an amazing evening, whatever time of the world that you're looking at us right now. We want you to tap in, tap in, tap in. How you doing, beautiful? Looking all queenified over there. I see ya.
I be
Yeah.
trying, I be trying, I be trying
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, the fact that we're going to be talking about what a woman needs, right? You was like, let me go on and get ready, like I might be going on a date. I was like, okay, let me get a little cute too, Hanny, because our future husbands could be watching us tonight. You never know. So at the end of the day, thank you guys so much for rolling with us. Thank you so much for just spending a little bit of your time with your girl, Miss Jazzy and the Prosperity Doula. We are live and we got some amazing featured sisters from another mother, I call them, that's going to join us tonight. So, I mean, D, for people that are chiming in right now, what can they anticipate for tonight's show?
Well, a little bit of everything, but most of all, for women who are about their business, okay? Not out here loose in these streets, not out here wilding out or nothing like that, but just giving it to you straight, no chaser about what we really want in a man and what I believe most, if not all, women want in a man. That's what we're
Mm.
going to be talking about. And we're going to get deep down in it,
We're
deep,
going to
deep
talk
down in it.
about it. Well, I did a poll today too. So there are several ladies, I will say, that participated in the poll. We're definitely going to be able to share the results. I can't wait to share the top three things of all the number ones that ladies were expounding on. But one thing that was interesting to me, what's going on, Deirdre? Our
Deirdre in the
sister from
house.
look, just celebrated her birthday on yesterday.
Yes,
Happy
go
belated birthday,
shorty.
boo.
It's your
I know
birthday.
y'all turned up all weekend. But there were ladies that were responding to the question, and the question was simple. It says, "What is the number one thing a woman wants?" Right? And many of you did not only list one. Okay, it was like two and three and four and five. Yeah, they were listing multiple. So that let me know, though, when you really think about what is it that a woman needs or whatever it is that we want, can you really just narrow it down to one thing?
I don't think you can. I mean, I think we can narrow it down to maybe the thing that's the most important, or
Mm,
the we could even talk about the deal breakers, right? We're gonna talk about some deal breakers tonight, right? So I think you could
yeah.
do that, but I think it would be very hard to nail it down to just one thing, because every human being is multifaceted. Every
Yep.
human being has a lot to them. None of us are one dimensional. And so we need a lot of stuff. And we need that 80 out of the 100. We need that 80-20.
Tracy Fan says this should be a good one. Tracy, you right about that, honey, because
You
you
ain't
know what?
ready.
Girl, look,
Girl, you
thank
ain't
God
ready.
for you and Jeff that you ain't got to be out here in these dating streets.
Man, look. Can we give a clap up in advance for all the men that's already giving it to their women the way they want it, with the integrity, with the accountability, with the support, with the consistency, with the commitment. Shout out to
Oh,
Brother Jeff and all the husbands that's
yeah,
out here,
I'm
okay,
telling you.
doing what they need to do, okay. But as for us who's in these dating streets, my God, we're gonna talk about what women really want. What do we really want? And sometimes, you know what, we got to be honest and tell the truth that we don't be knowing what we really want sometimes. We
Say
think we
that.
know until we get it, and then we find out that what we thought we wanted ain't what we wanted. Somebody got that kind of testimony. Mm.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Look, I'm
No,
drinking
I ain't
water tonight.
drinking tonight though, for real. I got some ginger ale off in my glass because I learned from the last time we did this, like at live after dark, baby. I
Girl,
was
look,
not able to
we
hold
ain't
it.
gonna tell them that how we was both in the flow in the studio room.
Yes,
We
we was. So, but
for
in the comfort
hours.
of our own home, though, should I be able to say
Look,
that? It
we was
ain't like we was out here in these streets and we ain't getting no DUIs or nothing like that. But
no.
listen, thank you guys so much again for chiming in. For those of you that are rolling with us, again, this is an opportunity of sharing our platform with some amazing ladies. We call them our sisters from another mother. I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
an only child, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the opportunity, Prosperity Doula, and those of you that are watching, and bring on our very first special featured guest. Now, one thing about her you may not know, well, you probably know if you rock with her, she's a reflexologist, she's a wombologist, she's a herbalist, she's a traveling nurse, I always say. She's still an evangelist. Hey, let me say this. We was talking the other day, this is the insider. We thugs in dresses, thugs in heels, you know what I'm talking about? More than anything, our name is the same. It's just spelled a little different. So, when you get two of the same Stephanies in the same room, it's going to be a whole lot of electricity in there, right? A whole lot of power that come through as far as our personality, being confident and knowing who we are. But again, she's a mom, she's a grandma, and she catch flights, y'all. Definitely not feelings. If you rock with her, you already know she catch flights all the time, traveling all across the country as a single woman as well. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and take an opportunity. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the show, my friend, Stephanie Melanie Goddard.
Thank you, guys. Hello,
hey,
everyone.
girl.
Welcome to the show.
Hey,
Welcome
Jazzy.
to the
Hey, Miss Prosperity Doula. How you doing over there?
Good. How you doing? You got to bring your camera up just a little bit so we can see your face. Look, turn it if you have to. Do whatever you got to do.
Right.
All right. Well, listen, go ahead, Prosperity Doula, and bring around then our next featured guest that's actually going to also be a part of tonight's show.
That's better for me.
Yep.
There you
Prosperity Doula, it's on you to bring up our next guest that's going to be joining us for the show tonight.
Okay. Let me introduce to some and present to others the Miss Tiffany Lachey, who is the host of It's Your Day with Tiffany Lachey. It's your day. Today is your day. Because I'm probably messing that song up. But this woman is fantabulous, fabulous, okay? Not only is she the host of It's Your Day with Tiffany Lachey, she is the owner of the EGP Center. Okay, she's the owner and founder of EGP Cheer. EGP All-Star Cheer, EGP Athletics. She got all kind of stuff coming down the pipe. We just had the story behind my glory event on Tuesday. She doing things. This is my sister, girlfriend, okay, business partner, everything. Miss Tiffany Lachey. Get it right, okay? What's up?
Hey. How y'all doing?
Welcome,
Hey.
beautiful ladies. Look at all this melanin coming across this screen. A lot of beauty queens. What up, ladies? Y'all look beautiful tonight.
You too as well.
Well, I thought I would dress up. Prosperity Doula was like she was gonna get dressed up tonight. Like she was going on a date, and I said, "Well, I am too." Then because you never know. I mean, let me show y'all the back of my dress. I mean, my sister watching us.
You stay jazzed up, Steph.
Finding something attire to be like, there she go. I see my wife on that screen.
Right.
But again, ladies, listen. No, we all single though, for real. We're all single, and we're gonna talk about a sizzling hot topic that is often talked about, but what I'm also thinking in my mind is it's a male shortage, right? I don't know, because this whole thing out here, like there's 10 women to one man. What y'all think about that? 10 women to one man, 8 women to one man, 7 women to one man. I don't know. Is it enough men out here for all the single ladies?
Look, I don't know if it's true that there's a shortage of men, but it does seem like there's a shortage of available, accountable, equipped, appointed men with integrity that are ready to commit to a woman. Now, I think there's a shortage of those kind of men. But if you could throw a rock and hit 12 Ray Rays and a Tyrone anywhere on any corner.
Please don't say that name.
Look, excuse me, but no offense to Tyrone, whoever the Tyrones are, and Ray Rays, no offense. But there's no shortage of there's no shortage of the hobos and all that. There's no shortage of that. Yeah. You could get that anywhere. You could pull up at any gas station and get you some D and somebody to warm your bed on any day of the week, anywhere. But there is a shortage of men, as in the way that God created them, walking under the mandate.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see what Stacy gonna say. Stacy said not a shortage of males, but a shortage of
Of
men.
men.
What
Right.
Stacy Blackson said.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, Stacy.
I know. So Tiff, what's your
Well,
thoughts on that?
you know what? I really think that I think that there's a shortage of males. I think there's a shortage of men. I think it's a shortage of both, to be quite honest with you. I think that we outnumber them for some reason. I don't know if we're pushing out more females or to be quite honest with you, maybe more of our men are in prison. Maybe more of our men are locked up. I know some really good guys that are behind bars just from like selling weed, something that now is legal. So, and I know some guys in prison that are doing serious time. So there is a shortage, but maybe it's just because they're not physically here. But and I think there's a shortage in men, and I know we're going to get into that conversation a little bit later. But let me just I mean, I don't know if you want me to go right on to it right now, Stephanie, Miss Jazzy.
Look,
But
get
that's
into what you want. Say what you want to say.
so. I personally feel like men that are 40 plus should know what they want, should want to be settled down. And I think the reason why I'm single today is because men are just not ready to do that yet. Even at 40 and 50 years old, 55, they're still chasing or still want to have someone nice, want to have that woman, but don't want to fully commit because they still want to be able to dibble and dabble with other women. And so to me, that's why that's why you have women who have morals, who have self-respect, or who want to have what God created. They want to have that union. They want to have that one person, one life partner to share their life with. But the men are just not ready yet.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I got to snap to that because you saying something. What you gonna say, Melanin Goddess? I mean, when you think about the men that is circulating amongst the earth, is there enough men for all us single ladies?
There are not. Like my sister said, me being in my 50s, the younger guys in their 40s, 30s, they kind of, come towards me. But the ones I try to stay at my primary age, even though I feel like I'm more energetic than the average 50-year-old man. I can't find them. I cannot find them my age group. They either tired, they either sick. I'm not your nurse or your purse. I don't want to do none of that. I'm not that. I could get dick anywhere, 20, 30, 40. But however,
No.
that's not where I'm going at. That's not where I'm at. What I want for me, for Stephanie. There is a shortage. I want a quality man. I mean, it's one thing to have a man in the house and a man of the house. I don't need you in the house and you're not of the house. I can find that anywhere. You can find that anywhere. I need a real man, a real alpha, strong man, anointed, quality man who have everything that I need, everything that I desire. I want to see my reflection in his face. I could get Ray Ray and JJ and Pookie and them. They everywhere. Ray, Pookie,
Everywhere.
they everywhere.
Everywhere.
When I tell you they everywhere, I don't need Ray Ray and Pookie. I had Ray Ray and Pookie when I was 20. I'm 50. I need a gentleman, a real gentleman, and it is a shortage. You know what, Stephanie? When you just said something like alpha male, but here is the catch 22. You'll have alpha men, but what I found was that they can't really handle an alpha woman, meaning a woman who's independent, a woman who is about her business, that are striving to their own businesses, and they're doing things that 30, 40 years ago, women were not in the forefront in doing that. Nowadays, women are breadwinners. They're earning more, or they're doing the things. They're starting businesses, and men are in. You have a lot of men that are intimidated about that, even if they are alpha men, and even if they have a profession or they're making money and they're able to handle a household. It's the simple fact that maybe the woman, like myself, very independent. I have my own things. I'm not one to say I don't need a man. I believe that God created us to be woman man partnership.
So yes, I need that. But when it comes to the things that are here and the way society has trained us to be, right? Where I can hold down my own household and I have businesses and I'm a public figure, that can intimidate a man. I'll make them feel insecure. Or there's a jealousy factor too that nobody wants to really talk about. But it's a very real thing where a man can be envious or jealous of a woman, but maybe following their dreams and passions where they may not have been able to live out theirs.
Well, listen, I gotta go back to this comment, honey, because what Felicia messed around and posted. Felicia Davis, I see you. She said, and you have to make sure that they don't want the men also, right? Low key. Make sure they ain't on the down low.
Listen, help the people. That's my sister. Hey, boo. Listen, you gotta really, because these days you can't tell sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they'll give little hints, but sometimes you can't tell who's doing what, with who, what, when, where, why, and how. And it's a lot of women out here.
Social media. It's social media for me is a big thing because people are sliding, men are sliding in DMs or women.
Well, hold on. That's how we trying. That's gonna hold on, Tiff. That's gonna be our next question because as single ladies. So again, big shout out to you ladies for joining this platform tonight. We're talking about what a woman wants, right? But at the same time, it's really what we really need. But the next question I wanted to throw on the platform, and let me give it back to you, Goddess, honey, because you're saying 50, baby, you look good. Look, you look good, honey. Look, I'm right there behind you. I always tell people I don't look like the hell I've been through either. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like 50 minus 2.5. I'm almost there. I'm knocking on the window. But you know, thank God for the beauty in us, right? But here's the question: how are men approaching you? Because you said it is social media. You was about to say they slide. So how are men, as single ladies, how are these men approaching? We're going to go in this order. We'll go with you, Prosperity Doula, then you, Tiff, then you, Melon Goddess, and then I'm going to come up. Well, how they coming at you, sis?
Look, you talk. Okay, go, Melanin.
No, it's you.
Oh, it's me.
You
every
doula.
which way. Every which way.
Prosperity Doula to earth.
Okay, I said they're coming every which way. So in the email, in the DM, in the grocery store. And listen, this is something that's weird. I was at Goodwill the other day looking for something, and it was a gentleman he spoke to me and he was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "Good." And I kept on looking. I was in there looking for something specific. And here's the thing that's so weird. We're so used in a condition in social media that it's awkward when someone approaches you. I realized I was nervous to be approached in person in the public, and that's not cool.
Right.
Like, you've been so conditioned to social media and getting a text that we could either ignore or respond to that we have. I'm not talking about nobody else. Me. I have gotten out of practice with that whole process happening in person, face to face. So I was actually a little thrown off and actually like, this dude is weird, but he wasn't weird. He was normal. We just have gotten so used to having somebody in our emails and in our phone and in our DMs that we have forgotten the art of the approach in person and that conversation happening in person with somebody in flesh and blood standing in front of you, telling you that they're attracted to you. And so at first I was like, I was trying to hurry up and get my stuff and go because I knew he was looking at me. And I was like, let me get my stuff and get on out of here. But he wasn't being weird. He was trying to, I guess, get up the courage to actually say something to me. And finally, he got up the courage and came over there. And he's like, how you doing? Da, da, da. And he asked me like a little question to make sure I wasn't married. And he's like, something about the kids and the husband. I was like, I don't have a husband. And, but my kids. And he's like, okay, I'm not married either. Very respectful. Nothing weird at all. But why did it freak me out? We're so used to being on social media. We're so used to somebody hitting us up on the phone. We're so used to somebody sliding into our DMs that we as a people, and I'm not saying black, white, or nothing, as a people in this generation have really lost the art of courting, dating, approaching someone, letting them know flat out that you're interested in all that, the art of conversation. Because when I tell you I was thrown off, by him pulling up on me like that, and
What?
actually nervous. It made me nervous.
Yep.
But I can hit somebody back in a DM real quick. We got to do something about that. There's nothing wrong with a man being, if he's not being rude, disrespectful, or intimidating or nothing like that. And he was not. Completely respectful. Okay. Nothing crazy. Let me go ahead. He didn't, excuse me. He didn't ask for my number. He said, let me give you my number. If you're interested to give me a call sometime, maybe we could go. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I was like, because we're so used to social media and all that. Guys, by the way, I didn't call him back. Unfortunately, he was a little bit light skinned, and I have a thing for charcoal people.
Right.
But
that part.
But he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad looking or nothing like that. I just have an affinity for the blackness.
She does. Let me go down to you, Miss Tiff. So how are men approaching you out here in these streets? I mean, how they sliding in to let you know they showing interest?
So I'm on the opposite spectrum from December. I am much so a old school type of person. I prefer a talking in person. I'm great with conversation. I like to have conversations. I personally don't answer my DMs. So I don't really know. Unless I know you or it's somebody that hit me up for my business. I really wouldn't even know. Because I prefer, I don't like it. I don't like the social media part. So, and unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest and say I really don't get approached a lot. So when people may not think that at all because and maybe I think people think I'm taken, right? Because when you have a person like myself, if I have to just kind of talk about who I am, I'm a very loving person, caring. I do a lot. I'm in the community. I'm a public figure. I, work with children. I do a lot of things. So maybe people think I'm taken, or I'm around a lot of married couples too. I have a lot of parents that I'm around. So I'm not sure if I'm in the right places because I don't really get approached a lot, to be honest.
They got her married by association.
Yeah. So with that being said, for all the men that are watching tonight, if you are single and you're in the upstate, do they have to be in the upstate? Because I'm trying to hook somebody up tonight, right?
No, I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, you'll make it out. It will work. And if you get married, we're gonna be under the same roof, whether I'm moving or they moving or whatever. But I want what feels good. I want what's right. At the end of the day, I'll be single until I have what I want. I want a man who's committed to me and to me only. Committed to God. And I want to know that they love Jesus for me. And then I want to know that they're just committed to me and we're partners and we can build and we can grow together. And I don't have to worry about social media girls, social media women or men or whatever. And that it's just about us. I think that's what's missing today. And I don't know if it's because we don't have a lot of examples because a lot of our men are in prison. Or like myself, you have a lot of single moms that are raising these children. And maybe men just don't see the family dynamic. And the norm is for people to be co-parenting. The norm is not for a man and a wife to raise children together, to be quite honest. You have more family household dynamics that are raised by a single parent, and then co-parenting is completely normal. Where my daughter may see a household with two parents and be like, wow, that's different, because most of her friends are single family households. So I know I just took it for a whole turn, but I guess I'm saying that to say I'm not really approached by a lot of men. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's, and I don't want to say intimidation, like I'm out there intimidating people, but I really believe that, men want to be in control too. So when you have a woman that is in control of herself, control of her life, in control, I really believe that some men are like, well, what can I add to her?
Bring to the table.
Hold on. Rona then jumped in here and said, I love matchmaking night. Now, Rona, I'm with you because I've been trying to tell Prosperity Doula we need to do a single, ready to mingle show. I've been talking about this and talking about that. Tell the truth.
Do it.
Is that Rona?
Yes, she has been touched for weeks and weeks and months. But listen, I want to address something right quick. One thing that Tiffany said, and one thing that one of our viewers said. Can you put it back up there where somebody said, what if a man drive a bucket Okay, I want to deal with this right here because I got people coming at me every which way, but it's not like the flood. It's not like men that are eligible. You got people that's trolling you in your DM. Not trolling you. That's coming through your DMs, but it don't mean nothing. So when I say every which way, I don't got a lot of eligible bachelors coming to me. I don't. And I think it's for the same reason that you don't. One, they assume that they look at you and assume you must be in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah. Okay? Right.
You must be. If you look at it, you got yourself together with it, you got them. She ain't no way she's single. I think that's one reason. Mm-hmm. The other reason is, like you said, a lot of them are, and I don't want to use the word intimidated. There's a select few that might be intimidated, but I don't think intimidated might be the word. I would say this. I think a lot of them are apprehensive, because there's a negative connotation that goes with intimidated. I think a lot of them are apprehensive about approaching a woman like us for maybe a little bit of fear of rejection, and also a little bit of what can I add to the table. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we need to understand that I think I'm gonna get on a tiny little soapbox right here, just a tiny one. Christianity and the Black church especially has overstated and went far and beyond what that scripture intended or meant or implied when it says, "He that finds a wife finds a good thing." Exactly. And they have taken that, and look, this is my opinion, and I got a right to it. So if you don't like it, you ain't gotta like it. You don't gotta put no whole sermon in the comments, because I don't give a damn what you think anyway. They have taken that out of context, okay, to say that a woman ought to be somewhere sitting, waiting on somebody to find her. That is not what it said. It said that a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. That is not mutually exclusive. That doesn't mean that a woman can't tell a man, "Hey, I'm interested in you." Because listen, there's a lot of men out here that would probably talk to you if they thought they could. I'm convinced that there's men who watch me and Miss Jazzy on social media every day and think there's no way I'm punching above my weight with her. There's no way she's gonna give me a date. You don't know that. Yeah. Right. You don't know that. So for the guy who said, Rona, can a bucket bring water? Hell yeah. Yes. We look for materialistic things, the bucket, instead of what's in the bucket. Can we clap it up for that? Yeah. I've had the man that had the BMW and all that, and he was a dog. And then I had the man that didn't have it, and he acted like a king. It ain't got nothing to do with all that. What it has to do with is, where's your integrity at? Where's your accountability at? Can you serve and service me well? Let me repeat that. All right, but Melanin Goddess, we are coming. Know what I meant? Can you serve and service me well? All right, let's go to the Melanin Goddess. So, how are these men approaching you out here in these streets, Queen? How they coming for you? I mean, what they doing? How they getting at you?
I'm like my two sisters. First of all, I changed the way I carried myself because I got a different response. A lot of them was coming to me as on a sexual basis, because I am public, like my sister, a public figure. I do a lot of beautiful pictures because I love myself so much. So I do a lot of pictures. So they take my pictures and think it is more like a lure of sexual or sexual innuendos. But it's not, as far from that, because soon they come in my inbox talking about some real nasty stuff, they automatically get blocked. So they don't come to me. Believe it or not, men do not come to me. I think social media have crippled men and women to communicate. So immediately when someone sees me, I know somebody hitting that. No. And I don't play with plastic. Anything I'm playing with, I'm gonna swipe it and it says approve. I don't play with toys. So that's the first thing they think is somebody getting that. I know it is. Why would you say that? Because I have myself together, or you assuming I have myself together. So they don't really come to me. Now the younger guys, they see me as, I don't know what they see me as, but they want to get entangled with me, and I'm like, baby, this is not what you want, honey. They want me to rock their little cradle, and I'm not gonna do that.
That's what they be wanting.
I'm not gonna rock the cradle because my gemstones are too precious to spill my milk on babies. I can't do it. I want a grown man, and I need a mature man. And like she said, a bucket can't bring water. I have guys who have nothing, but they gave me the utmost respect. Then I had guys who was very educated, very power struggle, very intelligent, and them bastards was dogs. They was freaks. They was undercover freaks. They was the freaky ones. They was the ones who really the freaky freaks. But at the end of the day, they don't come to me. They really don't, staff. They really don't come to me. They try to drop in my DM with some foolishness. I like your eyes. I like your lips. Okay, I do too. And that good morning queen and good morning gorgeous, GM, WYD. If another Negro inbox me WYD, that's immediately blocked. It's just, that's not who I am. I'm 53 years old. I'm a grown woman. My oldest child is 35. So I don't
spell it out. I'm gonna need you to spell it out.
I want to know, can you really read it right? Because WYD, that can mean
sis, I don't know why it bothers me so much when they hit me with them abbreviations. I don't know why, but it tears my nerves up. I'm like, I ain't worth them little consonants and vowels. I ain't worth that.
I don't like it. So they don't approach me like that, staff and sis. They really don't. They don't come to me. I think because the way I just have this shield up, like, don't come or come if you dare, because I feel like I have this aura around me. If you come correct. If you don't come right, I'm just gonna nicely say, no, I'm not interested. I'm not gonna be rude.
Yeah.
They don't come.
Well, for me personally, what up, everybody? Look, thank y'all for rolling with us for this time as we are talking amongst single ladies. So all of you about what women really want, what we really need. I mean, I did this poll today about what's the number one thing that women wants, right? But as far as me, some of the response that I have gotten from men is that they were intimidated by me. You know, if you know me and you know me out here in these streets, like my personality, my energy, you know, I'm always on 10 for the most part when I ain't just burnt out. But, you know, that's just who I am. But you've also seen me to where I'm not out here in the streets with any one particular man that was outside of my ex-husband at the time, of my daughter's father, I should say, right? But I believe that your appearance, your style, your class, your jazz, like, they would assume that you're taken. And that's what I've often, you know, heard from men that have shown interest, or they kind of tiptoe around the opportunity to ask me on a date. Listen, I'm a single woman. Go for it. You might be single. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with going out to dinner or going to the movies or going to the park or whatever that looks like. You know, there's no strings attached. There's no whatever that may look like as a date, right? I want a date, but I also want to be committed. I'm at the age now, like you said, it ain't going to take me a whole lot. When I find that one that is really ready to say, you know what, let's be lifetime committed partners, and we're going to build this partnership, relationship, situationship, whatever ship it's going to be, that it's just going to be me and you and our kids and our grandkids. It don't take a whole rocket scientist to know it ain't taking no 5, 6, 10 years to be engaged and all that kind of stuff, honey. I'm about to be old, for real.
Well, you ain't finna be old. Stop speaking that mess over yourself.
Well, you know what? They don't make them like they used to anymore.
You know, I'm old enough, though, to know that what I want and what I need and what I desire. Because, I mean, if you can handle yourself, okay, we ain't going to talk about that. Real good.
Look, Tiffany has something to say. What you want to say,
I'm
Tiffany?
just thinking, Rona Neely, she's watching, right? I know her and her husband, they've been together for a very long time. Old school couples, I think people that were pre-social media, pre all of this stuff, where couples, they had to make it work, and it wasn't just available right at the touch of their phone, right? So now I know lots of people, we have their weddings every day, but most of the people that get married nowadays are lasting maybe a year or two, if that, and then it's on to the next. It's a microwave society where it's so much out there that people don't take the time to even make it work anymore. The communication, the number one thing in a relationship, period, is communication. And when there's a lapse of and if people don't know how to communicate because they're so used to being connected but really disconnected because they're connected to their devices, where they forget about having a real substantial
Right.
communication between people. Yeah. So with me, again, we can go, I know, subject after subject, because I can tell you what I want. What I want a man who will love me and me only. That's the main thing that I want. I also want a man that I want to be to laugh, and I want to have someone that's adventurous and wants to travel, and someone that wants to build a partnership together. I have businesses. They don't necessarily have to be in my business, but they have to be able to support me in doing my business. The same way with him as well. Again, right from where I'm sitting, I know Greenville is one of the top 5 places to visit in the world. So I want them to come on in. Let's get some people on in here with some different mindsets. And hopefully they have matured, not by age, but by the level of maturity to want to be in a partnership with one person. Stephanie, we talk all the time about this. You believe in a date, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with going on a date. But I'm not a dater. December, you and I talked about this a day or two ago. I'm not a dater. After conversation with you, I'm going to know if it's worth giving my time. Because as for me, I am an entrepreneur. I'm busy, but I make time for the things I want. So I'm not saying that I'm too busy to date. I'm just saying that it's not worth time. Is the one thing you can't buy back. And I don't want to give it out freely to different people that I'm really not interested in, because I can buy my own meal. I can go to a movie on my own. I can do that with some friend girls. I can go out but if I'm going to be with a man and I'm going to be talking to him and sharing, that's intimacy. That's real intimacy. Being able to share. When you're sharing about you and who you really are, that's the most intimate part of a relationship. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that with somebody who at least they're talking my language. At least they're talking my language, Steph. At least he ain't saying, "What's up? How you doing?
What's up?" Right.
At least they're not coming at me like that. Or they're saying, "Hey, let me come over to your house." Things like that. Yeah. So what I want a man that's real. I like being honest. Stop lying out here.
Stop lying.
Stop saying that you're single and you're really in a relationship. Stop trying to play me.
Play
not
victim.
saying that this is happening, but I just want somebody who's real. And I don't know.
All right.
Listen, I gotta say something.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, because y'all see, we can talk all night. We are already a few minutes at the top of the hour already. Big shout out to everybody that's been rolling with us for this time with Miss Jazzy and the Prosperity Doula Live. We have our featured special guest, none other than Miss Tiffany Lachey is in the building, and Melanin Goddess herself, Miss Stephanie Loudon, is joining us, and we're talking about what a woman wants. What's that number one thing that we want, right? And I did a poll today. Many of you ladies responded, and I'm going to run down the list of what was answered, but I'm also going to give the top 3. So fellas, I hope y'all listen, okay? So listen, ladies, of all these, it was close to 100 ladies that I polled today.
Wow.
And I got commitment, communication, compassion, consistency, emotionally available, faithfulness, God-fearing, honesty, integrity, life. Add to me is what it was said as far as life. And then they said love, loyalty, provider, respect, security, spiritually grounded, stability, trust, and somebody put weight. They said they didn't want him to have a big. I
don't blame it on that pussy.
But listen, here is the top 3 things, y'all. And I wanted, and I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, that when we said what is that number one thing, most women couldn't say just one thing.
Right.
They listed 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 things, but the top 3 things, y'all, number 1 was loyalty. And we're going to talk about this in a minute, because December Prosperity Doula now, we always say it's got to be more than loyalty, right?
Right.
Yes. Number 2, what do y'all guess number 2 was? Just drop it in the chat of everything that I listed. What do you think number 2 was?
Communication
was number 2.
Right.
And then what do you think for number 3?
A job.
Right. So
God fearing. God fearing. So of all the ladies that I polled today, big shout out to you just for your response and feedback. But loyalty was first, communication, and then God fearing.
Wow.
Now, that could be a different order for all of us, but the fact of knowing, of listening those things to say that this is really what women want. Men, where y'all at? Where y'all at, Prosperity Doula? What you got to say about that? Because we're talking about it's got to be more than loyalty, though, right?
It has to be.
Yeah, listen. Let me say this real quick. I was married to a man that I fell so hard in love with, who both of my children are by. We had a rough marriage, but he's an awesome father. So let me just say that marriage was garbage, but parenting has been excellent and has been a breeze. So let me just say that we're better friends now than when we was married. And sometimes it'd be like that. So let me just give that disclosure before I say what I'm going to say. He cheated on me the whole marriage, the whole entire marriage. If it wasn't with the baby mama, then it was some other woman, and sometimes the baby mama and some other women. It was whole for 8 years. For 8 years. And I was so traumatized by that when I got out of that marriage, all I kept saying to myself, I just want a man who's going to be loyal. Yeah. Lord, just give me a man who's going to be loyal, because I was so traumatized by the infidelity. And so my whole entire focus, and when I say my whole entire focus, was loyalty, was fidelity versus infidelity, right? And so I got with a man that had been after me probably for the last half of my marriage. He had been after me. Okay. That probably should have been a red flag too, but anyway, anyway, for the last half of my marriage, he was after me anyway. So I finally, gave him a chance or whatever. And he was loyal. I never would lay down thinking, I wonder if he got somebody else. I never picked up his phone when he went out the room to think that I need to check in his phone, or none of the crazy stuff that we do when we're, with a guy that we think we might have reason to think is not being loyal. But let me tell you what, he was boring as hell. And all he wanted to do was either lay up under me or have me come over and lay up under him. I'm not about that life. I work. I'm grinding. I'm building. And it wasn't that he wasn't ambitious, because he was also building and he was doing construction projects and stuff like that. But the personality was like not there. And the show up ability. Some of these men don't have what it takes. They don't know how to show up.
I wonder if that was the same man I just finished dating. Was that the same man I just finished? You just described him. Okay, go ahead.
They don't know. Some of these men, they don't know how to show up. They don't know how to. They don't have presence about them. They don't have personality. I don't know what to say. They need some old country girl some old holiness girl who don't require nothing but for you to provide and give the D up. I don't know, but I need more than that. And he was boring as hell. And I kept saying, babe, I need to do something more than just come hang out with you, or you come hang out with me. We need to go do something. We need to go out of town. We need to do something to switch it. And I kept saying it, and he kept not listening to me.
That's true. And I can bear witness to what she's saying. So what she's saying is the truth. Rona, I am so glad that you're still here. I'm going to share something with y'all that I have never shared before. Okay, this is going to be a transparent moment. So y'all brace yourself. December, Prosperity Doula, she knows. But Rona Neely, I'm going to say this to you because it was during your play, and it was titled Inside My Marriage.
Was that her play? That wasn't her play.
That wasn't her play? It was Inside My Marriage.
No, that wasn't her play. That wasn't her play.
That's not her play.
Hers was A Daughter Scorned.
A Daughter Scorned.
Whose play was Inside My Marriage?
And Rona Neely has A Daughter Scorned coming up here in just a minute. Rona, send me your flyer so we can post it at some point.
Well, listen, somebody did a play. Let me just say that. Somebody did a play called Inside My Marriage.
And that night, oh my God.
And I was working the red carpet. Now get this. Oh, I know who it was. It was Nicole, right?
Nicole, yes.
Yes, it was Nicole. So as a playwright, Rona, you can understand this, but her play was called Inside My Marriage. I was on my way with my husband at the time and my daughter to work the red carpet for that event. And when
also
you talk
with me
about
and my husband at the time.
Inside My Marriage was the name of the play. And on my way to that play is when I found out the truth of the infidelity of my, at that time, husband.
Oh my God. I remember that night. Like,
listen.
And she had to work the red carpet.
On my way there. So I literally had to get out the car, put on my game face, and do what I was called to do in that moment and act like it had not even happened.
Well, she got with me first. Where we had to get in the hallway and pray because she was like December. I was like, what? And her face was just like, this is my, yeah, she told me on the phone.
The woman was on the phone. She called my phone.
I was like, oh my God.
She called my phone.
So we were working this event together. We had brought our husbands, and this is the first time we had brought our husbands to one of our events together, right? Because me and Miss Jazzy, we do these events together. We do the SOE firm, the red carpet, all that. And this was one of those times where we was like, this is gonna be an awesome place. It's gonna be an awesome night. Let's bring our husband to work day, basically, right? Because we had them working the ticket counter. We had them selling the playbills. We was like, y'all come and help us tonight. Y'all roll with us tonight. I think we had your husband doing security a little bit. And so we was like, this is like bring your husband to work day for us.
That is a wild moment. But I wanted to share that just because, just so y'all, a lot of y'all see me out here in these streets and what I do and how I operate, but y'all don't really know the story behind my glory. I'm gonna be able to share it one day on that platform, Miss Tiffany Lachey. But I'm saying that to say this. Now, here we are 3 years later. So let's fast forward. Yeah, the lady called my phone too. That was me. I'm sure some of y'all watching too. Y'all done got that phone call before as well, right? But I'm gonna
knock at the door when you in there,
right? Or
girl,
in the car,
or look. Mine was that we were supposed to be getting back together and trying to make it work and blah blah blah. And he wanted me to pull down my divorce documents that I filed. And why at this time we're living in different places, and he was like, I haven't talked to that girl, da 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 da. He got up and left the house, our family house, because when I filed for divorce and all this was going on, he had moved out. He got up and left the house, and something said, go to his house. I went to his house. Why is the woman living with him, with her mother? The woman he said he wasn't even talking to is living with, am I telling you the truth? Stefano, living with him.
Wow.
He said he wasn't even talking to her.
Yeah.
They were living together and he had just left his wife and kids. Y'all don't know the testimony behind.
Look.
Okay, and when I tell y'all, I'm a pretty calm person. If you ever been around me, I'm calm. It takes a lot to get me.
Yeah.
And I try, if you ever meet a calm person, you need to leave them the hell alone because it's usually them ones that'll turn everything over when they finally do get past. And I turn all that shit over. I turn everything over. Okay? Everything. Tore it up. I tore his apartment up. And then this girl,
crazy.
She's gonna say something. And the reason why everything got tore up, I'm still calm, even though she's there. But the reason why everything got tore up is because she had the nerve to open her mouth. I don't fight women. I'm not gonna fight no woman over no man, period, on no day.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
But you know what, ladies?
She said something out her mouth, disrespect. I told her, shut up. I'm talking to my husband. And she said something out her mouth, disrespectful, da 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 da. And I was like, I said, B, if you don't, you need to be glad you even here. Your illiterate ass don't even have a job. I already know who's paying all the bills up in here, da 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 da. And I went and when she came at me, and I had to snatch the crown out of her head. Why? Don't try me. Don't try me.
But December, that goes to say, if this is you're married, this is a grown man, right?
Right.
Then look at, to me, the maturity level. It's not there. It's not grown to the grown man that I think that most of us women that are single and we're we're mature in age and mature as a person are looking for. Because here it is, a man who has a wife, has children, but yet he has another whole family.
A whole family. I lived in Five Forks in Simpsonville. He had a whole other family in Traveler Rest.
Yeah. And what I find today is a lot of, you have a lot, not all of them, but you have a lot of men who are just really not ready to settle down. To they like, they old enough so they know they gotta settle down because they ain't able to
till they need some medications to help get it up. That's when they want to settle down. When they need a pill to raise it up.
My experience, and that's why communication is so big with me. You have to communicate with me. What my problem I have with the men, just tell the truth. Because if you're a community deal,
tell the truth,
and you want to be that, if you want to sling it, and I know one person, and he's my friend, I love him, but I know he got more than one partner. First of all, I can't do that because I know the concept of soul ties. I know as being a former pastor or minister, I know how deep soul ties are. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't do a whole lot of dating. You know what you're getting into when you meet me. And you only way to know me, you have to communicate with me. People that know me, I was engaged to this fine Latino Puerto Rican guy. Girl, when I tell you half of Greenville wanted him, he was so fine. He was handsome. But people did not know he was demonic. And I tried to stay because it looked good. Hey, ain't nobody in Greenville ain't never really seen me with no man. They didn't know if I like men or women because I always kept myself. God kept me. I'm content. I'm content being single. I didn't need to be in a relationship. I was content doing the work of the Lord. However, I met this guy. He came to me and I was like, okay. And I met him and I told him, let me pray for you. Then when he started to, take interest in me, I didn't take him with me. I sent him to the brothers of the church. I'm an old school minister. With a single man like me or trying to talk to me, I sent him to the brothers. Let the brothers minister to him because I'm a single woman. It's just don't let your good speak evil of. But the brothers of the church dropped him. Long story short, he got stuck with me. And I wanted to stay with him because it looked good. And I kept on saying, son ain't right. This fool is crazy. Like, I'm going to kill him. Long story short, I prayed. I said, God, I know I'm in this situation with this guy here. And matter of fact, his name was Damien. So I should have ran when I knew his name was Damien. And I was like, but I overlooked that. But
Damiens are not bad.
I know. But he had everything I wanted, everything I needed, everything I desired. He was a great Latin dancer. He cooked well. He speak well. He took care of me, bought me stuff. But guess what, y'all? He was an emotional abuser. He was verbally abusing me. He was trying to be physically abuse me. Honey, you know how many times I had to have my armor bearer carry my gun? Octavia Duckett was my armor bearer. It got so bad, she had to hold my gun for 3 years till I get him out of my life. And this is a true story, but I never shared it to nobody in Greenville because nobody asked till the time is right. But I'm saying all this, I need a man to communicate. Let me know if you got a friend with benefits, because guess what? Greenville is small. Guess what? I know a lot of people. Guess what? I'm doing a whole lot of people massages, and guess what? It's just like beauticians. They tell me everything. And you'll be surprised. Some people don't lay it on my table. I know your man. But he your man, my man, her man. He all of our man. So that's why you need to talk, men. Stop thinking we're not going to find out. I, Stephanie and Loudon, need a man who know how to communicate. I'm a big personality. I have a big heart. When I love you hard. Don't play me out here in these streets because I'm too old to play with you. First of all, my nerves don't got a little shot, and I do have a concealed weapon. So therefore, I think you don't need to be playing with me. Come to me straight, and I will come to you straight. If you come to me looking for sex, you got the wrong chick. If you come for me and think I'm not gonna find out that you dealing with 5 other women up 2 blocks ahead, I'm gonna find out, because you know why? I have a prayer life, and that's why I have the Holy Ghost. My discernment gonna let me know. Hey, Stephanie. He's not the one. He had the potential, but he's not your purpose.
Let's talk about that, Steph. That's in our notes.
Let me do an infomercial right here. So again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank y'all for being engaged. I see y'all are hanging with us for this time. So we already know this is a sizzling hot topic, what every woman wants, right? And we're just sharing a lot of our testimonies, our personal experiences, what we're dealing with here out here in these dating streets. So yours truly, Miss Jazzy, along with the Prosperity Doula and our featured guest tonight, Miss Tiffany Lachey and Miss Stephanie Melanin Goddess, y'all, is in the building. And we know y'all enjoying it, but go ahead, D. I mean, you said we're going to talk about this purpose versus
potential.
Purpose versus potential. But before we do that, I want to share a video that was shared with us by Miss Tracy J, the builderologist. So shout out to Tracy J, the builderologist, and shout out to everybody that's just tuned in watching right now. But we're going to share a little bit of this video, okay? So y'all listen, tune in, because we're going to talk about it on the other side. Let's go.
Y'all know it's that time again. I'm just coming to drop some diamonds on y'all. Now listen to this right here. I always heard people say you attract what you are. But I beg to differ. When you are a chosen one, you don't attract what you are. You attract the people that need what you have. Glory to God. You attract the people that need what you have. If you have a healing spirit, you will always attract broken people. When you have the gift of influence, you will always attract people who are discouraged. You always speak life into them. Listen, when you were young, God already set you apart. As a child, he already made you an outcast, an outsider. When you tried to hang out with other people, other young people at an early age, they already knew you didn't fit in. That's why they treated you the way they did. Glory. That's why they could not accept you, because God already had anointed you and chose you to use for a greater cause in life. Yes. Listen, if you are a chosen one, think about your relationship, your love life. For some reason, you always end up single. God will isolate you. See, as a chosen one, we can't just be with anybody. We can't just lay down with anybody. See, that's why your friends can be in toxic relationships for multiple years, but God will not allow you to stay. You may have some company in your life for a little while, but after that, God say they gotta go. They're not here for your greater good. They're not here to propel you, but he'll use the pain that they cause you to push you forward in life. How many of y'all know that? How many of y'all know that? He'll use them hurting you to push you up. See, because he knows that pain produces power. Yeah, he knows that. And so he will always use that pain to push you up, to make you more powerful. It's all a setup. It's all a setup. See, you can't do what your friends do. You can't. Look, if it's God's will for you to be with somebody or to be married one day, he already had set aside your spouse, your kingdom partner. Everybody else that you're going to meet in your life are going to be assignments. This is why you end up hurting, because you're always trying to date your assignments. These people come, God bring these people along for you to bring influence into their life. You see what I'm saying? We go wrong thinking that every time you attracted to somebody, that this is somebody I'm supposed to hook up with. As a chosen one, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. God benefits from us better when we are single. That's why you can be so attractive and have so much going for yourself, and people don't understand why you single. You see what I'm saying? Because when he has chosen you, that's just part of this package. He has to isolate you because he has to grow you, mold you, shape you, because you have something else getting ready to take place in your life.
Listen, let me let y'all see what I'm pouring in my cup for y'all think I'm really drinking, but I'm gonna have to drink to that.
That almost brought me to tears.
Right?
That almost brought me to tears, because just like me dating that Latino guy, the Puerto Rican guy, he was my assignment, and I knew that from the jump, because I sent him to the male preachers. But the men preachers, being though they didn't have no real dialogue of conversation, they dropped him, and guess what? He came back full circle with me and got stuck with me for 4 years. And out of the 4 years, it wasn't all bad, but I realized This guy was my assignment. He was not my purpose. See, I'm not going to marry a person. I'm going to marry my purpose. See, a person come and go. They drop you. They fall in love with you and fall out of love you. I don't need another person. I don't been with many persons. I need my purpose. Because when I have my purpose, therefore I know where my destiny lays. I won't have to question God, is this the one for me? Because we're going at the same pace. We going at the same strive, and I don't need nobody matching my energy, because sometimes my energy may be off, and then I don't need you matching my energy. I need you to match where God taking us, so we can walk in our full potential and purpose in Him.
Look, did y'all see what Rona put? Rona, first of all, amen. Melanin got us. First of all, put that back up there. Rona Neely, who we should have had on the dang show, apparently said opposites attract like magnets. Try to put two positive, two negative posts together and see what happens. They repel. Stop looking for you in the opposite sex. You need someone who will compliment and complete you. Y'all, can we just pass an offering right there?
I mean,
I'm gonna leave the service.
You know, I always talk about this with Stephanie. I definitely need a man to compliment me. I don't want a me. Two me's will not work. I need a guy that's more laid back and that's more calm, because I'm more up there and out there. What do you say? We need to learn between long-term people from Well, here's the thing. At this age and where I'm at in life, I know everything's a season, but that's why I'm not a dater like that. I'm wanting somebody to do our conversation and communication can be good. I need a friend, because at the end of the day, as you continue to get older, I mean, some things start working, some things stop working, some things, you know what I mean? You need to have a friend and a life partner, and that's what I want. That's what a lot of women want. Somebody that's going to communicate with them, be loyal to them, support them, and love on them. I mean, nowadays, men don't even compliment women right. You know, I mean, where are the real compliments at? How, when you make a woman feel nice and feel good, you know, get dressed and the man to come out and tell you smell good, you look nice. You know what, baby? Or how about romance? How about that? There's a lot of things. I mean, I don't want somebody that's loyal, but they dry. We can't go have fun together. We ain't laughing. You won't compliment me. You ain't doing nothing romantic. And who wants to be the one that does all the romance? You want to home and you want to get rubbed on, or you want to have a man to cook for you and do things like that. My aunt, she's actually watching the show. She said, verbal communication is great, but you have to recognize body language. Because I 100% agree with that, because I just came out of one. Body language, facial expression, tone, all of those are forms of communication. So communications in general is, again, why that's in your top 3, because that is what we need to have. I want a friend. I want a homie, lover, friend. R. Kelly, he may be a lot, but he knew what he was talking about in that song.
Come on now.
Listen.
I want my best friend as well, because anybody know me, I am off the chain. I'm from North Philly, so I got a little gangster in me. However, I need someone to not just balance me, but to compliment me, because you can't be a weak man with me, because
You're on mute, Steph. You're on mute.
Did you meet Steph on accident?
Somebody must have been trying to call you. But listen, we are already, y'all, over time just a little bit. Y'all still good to hang out with just a few more minutes. Y'all got time? Because the people still watching. They hanging on. So we talking a good talk. For those of you who are rolling with us, yours truly, Miss Jazzy, along with the Prosperity Doula. We are live tonight, and we're talking about what women really want and what we really need. We're talking from single women's perspectives, and I want you guys to know just our dynamic of our dating circle, right? As it relates to we've been married, how long we've been divorced, or if we're just single. So I'll go first. I have been now divorced 3 years. 3 years I feel has been long enough that I've healed. I did seek counsel. Again, Ron and I are very good friends now. We co-parent well, so I don't speak ill will of him. I wish him the best. He is a great provider and father for our daughter. So, you know, it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. You know, we try on and off for years. So that was a season and part of my life. For 15 years on paper we together, but on and off for many years. Did that affect me over the years? And as far as having trust issues, and, you know, my thing is, you know, my number one thing, and I pondered on this all day. I said, what is the number one thing that I really, really want? And you know what my word was? I want him to be mine.
Yeah.
Mine.
I mean, yeah,
Because
right.
in being mine, being mine, I know he can be that God-fearing man. You know, when we established that already, you know what I'm saying? I know that he can get the wisdom as being a God-fearing man that comes from on high. And then the trust will come. The communication can be there. But I just really want a monogamous relationship.
Right.
I don't want no community ping out here. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody, if I'm gonna step on the scene, Jazzy, at least you gonna match my style a little bit, that we look like we match when we come through the door. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I could go on and on and on about the attributes, but divorced 3 years, something that I could share. That's a transparent moment for Prosperity Doula and I'll give it to you that you can share, is we actually filed for our divorces together.
Yeah.
The same day. Yeah, y'all might didn't know that, but that's real talk as friends that was doing life and ministry and business together. And keep this in mind. I want y'all to make sure y'all know without a shadow of doubt, I am strictly dickly. Know that. Because I've even been accused like I might want a woman or something like that. And I'm thinking, just because I ain't got no man right now, I want a man that I can call my own, but I don't want to settle for just the loyalty. I don't want to settle for, you know, the just because you into me and we feeling and we vibing each other now. But what does it look like down the road 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? Like, I'm about to be somebody's whole grandma, right? And so there's a legacy and a foundation that I want to continue to build. But I do want to marry again. I don't want to grow old alone. I'll pass it over to you, Prosperity Doula.
Wait, before you do that, Prosperity Doula, I also thought about another thing too. And I bet there's a lot of people out there who can relate to this. There may be a lot of people who may have a man and they may be all yours. But when you're in the house, they may not talk to you. Or they can be in the bed with you, but turn to their side. Or you're in a relationship, but you're alone.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, and honestly, I've actually been in a first time in my life, but I was in a relationship like that. And it was so like dry, it was so hurtful, because to be in a relationship with someone who's closed off for whatever reason, whether it's they're maybe dating somebody else, something else is going on, and they know you're a good woman, but they can't even deal. They don't want to tell you because they don't want to lose you. Yeah. But they also maybe even feeling guilty or whatever the case may be. Y'all, it's just a lot happening out here today. It's harder now than ever. Rona Neely, she's been on here for a long time. Again, she's been married for a long time. Today's dating world right now, it's very tough. It's hard out here, especially as a woman. I go back to saying a woman who is doing their own thing and that has a personality that a man can't control or just can't do whatever they want to do, or can't have them, but then have their cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want a man that's all mine, but if he all mine, but I'm still alone because he's not communicating, he's not wanting to do things, or he's in the home and his tone is all wrong. His body language suggests that he really don't want to be there, or something else is going on, or he just ain't talking, period. That's worse. Yeah. So then you want to then you go back to being single and mingling. Okay, go on, Prosperity.
Well, since you're talking, Tiffany Lachey, go ahead and tell people, if you're single, how long you've been single, or have you ever been married? What are those attributes for you?
I've never been married. I've been engaged 2 times. And I have, I've been single for the past 8, almost 10 years. I was recently in a relationship. Nobody really knew about it unless you were close to me. And I settled. I was settling. And at first it was good. I mean, you know, but I did see red flags I chose to ignore because I was enjoying being in a relationship again. And ultimately those red flags just continued to show up. And then the real person showed up. And the main thing with us was communication. And so I kind of go back to that. I don't want to beg a man to communicate with me because you can't change them. And especially at our age. At our age, people are pretty much set in their ways, but they got to be willing to compromise. And that goes on a woman's end too. We talk about what we want, but also what a man wants. He doesn't want a woman that nags, but are we really nagging, or are you really just not willing to communicate? Because if you're not, a woman's going to say, hey, communicate with me. Hey, we haven't talked all day long. I want to at least be able to check in and see how each other doing. Some men may take that as being a nag, when really a woman will tell you, I'll tell a man my love language, how I communicate, what bothers me, what doesn't bother me. And I want to know what bothers you, what doesn't bother you, and vice versa. So I'm single. I've been that way. I honestly was, what do you call it? When you don't have sex, like abstinent. Because I personally am not one of those women who was like, I gotta get some. Like, number one is diseases out there. You got HPV. That's something a lot of men don't even know they have, that can affect women. Have an ovarian cancer. That thing is very real, and it passes from person to person to person. And then you got all the other diseases that are out there. So I don't personally want anybody's disease. I personally maybe a little bit more, I don't know. I personally want to be married because I don't necessarily believe that God made intimacy with a piece of plastic or whatever, rubber.
Listen,
he gave us our natural loins, and those naturalness is supposed to vibe with the naturalness.
Well,
I'm not trying to be, I don't.
Well, I'm just going to say that rose, though, the rose.
And I don't like that stuff. I'm not trying to be. I want the man. I don't want to do. I don't need to do none of that. So I prefer hands up. I prefer to just wait until God sends me that person. And I have recently been very encouraged by some people I've seen that said, I'm glad I waited. Miss Angela Lipscomb, somebody that we all know, I think, on here.
Yes, Minister Tori Hill.
Yeah, I'm glad that I waited. So it was encouraging to me because you know what? I'm going to wait on. I got a daughter that's watching me. I'm not going to let a man just treat me any kind of way. I'm not going to let him make me verbally abuse, and emotional abuse is very real. If you're in a house, I'm telling you, if you're in a house with somebody and they're not talking to you, and they're not, that stuff is that's a problem. So I am single, but I am open to being in a relationship that will lead towards marriage. And I want it to be married to only me, and the only other person is God. Just
that's good.
Me.
That's it. All right, Prosperity Dude, we're going to give it back to you. Again, as we're talking about the dynamics of our makeup of our relationships, like how many times married, how long you been single, and all that good stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna address that, but I want to address this statement that Tracy Fant had put in here. But let me handle my assignment first. Like Miss Jazzy said, I mean, there's gonna be a Lifetime movie about us two one day, right? Because like Miss Jazzy said, some of those that know me really well know that I'm somewhat of an attorney on the low.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not is licensed, but I have went to court and won all my battles in court as a pro se litigant. And I processed all of our divorce paperwork, hers and mine, drafted, processed it, filed it, and handled both of our divorces. So we got divorced around the same exact. We filed on the same day. We served our husbands on the same day. And our divorces were final in the same year. And so I'm like Miss Jazzy. I'm 3 years free. I don't want to say 3 years divorced. Divorce is a moment in time. It's not a definition of who you are. I'm 3 years free. Okay. And I'm single. And so I've had some dates. I had 3 engagements since then. So total, I have been engaged 7 or 8 times in my life. Married, I've been married twice and divorced twice. So my whole thing with this next thing, I got married straight out of high school almost, which was also very traumatic because I married my pastor and and it was very traumatic. If you got my book and read it, you'll know. And if you didn't get my book, get it. And if you got my book and haven't read it, pick it up and read it. What you waiting for? So, You know, the next time I walk down that aisle, it's gonna be the last time. Even if that don't work out and I have to get a divorce, then I'm just gonna be single for the rest. If a man comes through, we just gonna be home and love friends or whatever, because I ain't gonna do it again. So I made up my mind that this next time is the last time, and that's why I've been engaged 3 times since I've been divorced, but haven't gotten married, because as soon as I see a red flag, I'm out quick. I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna work. One thing I learned about being married the first time and being married the second time for even longer is I don't have time to wait for you to see, hear, or understand what I'm saying to you when there is nothing wrong with your heart, mind, soul, or understanding. So if you're not doing, if we're not speaking each other's language, that's why I put this comment up here. Knowing each other's love language is important as well. If I'm telling you what my love language is and you're ignoring that, that's a decision. That's a conscious decision that you are making to ignore that. And I really actually hate when men use the word nag, because I really hate it. Because as a woman, I know by the time I'm in the category of you nagging me is something I done told you over and over again that you have not addressed.
Yes.
So I really hate when men even use that word, because as a woman, I already know, okay, then what the heck does she keep asking you to do that you're not doing? What the heck does she keep asking you to address that you haven't addressed? Where are you falling short that she keeps on telling you that you keep ignoring? Okay, so if I say, yo, the sink in the bathroom is broken and it's leaking water up under the sink and it's messing up the toilet paper. And you say, all right, babe, I'm gonna get to it. And I let it go for a week. And in that week, I lose a couple rolls of toilet paper. And then I say, yo, the sink in the bathroom, babe, I just want to remind you, because I know you're busy, you probably forgot. And the sink in the bathroom is broken and it's leaking and it's messing up the toilet paper. All right, babe, I'll get to it. And this goes on. I'm using this as symbolic, but let's say this goes on for months and months and months. Yeah. And then finally I blow up at you. Or I call in a plumber to come fix it. And you say, I don't know why you want to spend money. I could have, if you could have done it, then it would have been done. If it was important to you, then you would have done it. If you valued the fact that it was something that was valuable to me, then you would have made the time to do it. And now I'm nagging, which just means I have repeatedly asked you to do something that you have not done. So I hate when men use that term. I hate it.
I know it. I'm with you.
By the time a woman gets to the point of nagging, she done told you over and over and over and over.
That's good. That's good. So thank you so much for sharing that. We're going to give it to you, Melanin Goddess. Let us know your dynamic. Have you ever been married? Have you been engaged? How long you been single? What you got going on, sis?
At my age, I've never been married. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never been married. I've been engaged 2 times in Philadelphia. Right now, I've been single for 3 years. Right now, I'm just content. At 53, I just want to travel the world and just love me right now, because I realize now men in their 50s, they worse than men in their 20s. If you,
my gosh,
if you 50 and over, and Negro, you don't know what you want by now, baby. I'm not here to raise you. I don't have time to raise a grown man.
Or train.
A lot of my seed have mommy issues. I don't know what it is, but Stephanie, this goddess, I don't have time raising a grown man to tell him how to treat a woman. If I got to keep asking you, I think you need to take me out to dinner, and you ain't even did the reservations. Well, what you want to eat? Well, you the one. If I got to plan, tell you, and I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I can find ding-a-ling anywhere, 7 days a week, 8 days a week, 24 hours a day. I'm good. Anywhere. I'm content. I'm just in a place. It's just me and God. I'm loving me. I'm loving the world. I'm loving my business. Like Lachey, I have my own business. I'm all about, my money right now, because the men in 50s, they not doing it for me. I'm sorry. And I don't want no old decrepit man. Man, you are diabetic. Look, I'm not your nurse or your purse. You are diabetic. Your private is not getting up. You want blood pressure pills. Baby, I can help you if you communicate. But if you don't tell me, hey baby, look, I got some issues. I need a man who is confident in being a male and being a man and know what he want. I can't raise you. I'm sorry. I'm not. I can't raise you. I'm single. I'm content. Now, if I feel like I'm gonna like you, I'm gonna study you before before I let you come in my world. I'm going to study you. Delilah, biblically, Delilah, she studied Samson. She studied him. She studied him only for her gain, his weakness. I'm just here. I'm gonna just study whoever come my way. I'm gonna study him, and that's all I am. I'm content. And I'm not trying to date everybody. I'm good. I don't need to date everybody. And I ain't trying to lay up with everybody because being in the medical field, I know who got herpes and who got HIV.
Listen, let me say this real quick because I know it's definitely, look, she's like, ain't nothing wrong, because I had somebody jump in my box the other day who actually who I have a lot of respect for. And I do find him attractive, but he's not my type. Okay? So I'll just say that. I'm not interested in being another pastor's wife. The first man that I married was a pastor, and he messed that up for everybody. I'm sorry. He messed it up for everybody. I don't want to see a pastor coming my way. And Lord, forgive me if the one you got set aside for me is a pastor, because I'm ready to rebel against it all the way out the gate. No, I don't want to be a pastor's wife. I don't want to be a first lady. I don't want to be none of it. None. He messed it up for everybody. So, and she was like, well, ain't nothing wrong with he also probably can't be light skinned, Tracy. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got a thing for you. The darker you are, the more attractive you are to me. Like blue black, okay, like crispity crunchity, okay. I'm in love with melanin. I ain't saying, and that's why the Lord's probably gonna send me a white man or a light skinned man for that reason, just to be like, ha, gotcha. But I really because I've been picking them and I've been picking wrong. So, hey, God, I'm for whoever you got for me. But just please don't let him be a light-skinned pastor, please, in the name of Jesus. But anyways, I'm not into the dating, though. Nah, I don't want to go like every man that Tracy, I know I'm a trip. I don't want to go like every man asks me to go to breakfast, go to dinner, go to something. I'm not going. If I don't look at you and see a future with you beyond the altar, beyond wedding day,
don't waste your time.
I'm not, you can't even take me to breakfast. If I can't see myself waking up next to you, you can't even take me to dinner. If I can't see purpose with you, we're not even finna be talking on the phone. And I don't know how, I'm just not going to entertain you. But if listen, for these streets, for these Greenville, South Carolina upstate streets, if you see December Rose out in these streets with a man, he's either a business partner, a friend, or my future husband in training. Okay? I'm not finna be out here. I'm not out here like that. Because I'm too old. I'm too old for it, and I'm tired. You know how much energy it takes to entertain a man on a date? Too much energy. I want to, by the time I entertain a man, it's almost like a retainer. Like, okay, if you get qualified to be my husband, we're going to put this toward the marriage.
That's if you're going on the date for a date, because and I'm going to jump in here because now I want to be the dater, because I've been the one that when I jump in, I was not able to compartmentalize the emotional attachment. We might not even have sex yet, but we spending that quality time together. So through my counsel, it was more of, look, there's no strings attached. If I'm a single woman and you're a single man and you ask me to go out to dinner, I might be little, but I'm a little greedy. I eat real, real good. And if you I don't mind going, right?
Stephanie, Miss Jazzy can eat y'all.
I will say in turn, don't y'all get it twisted if you see me out here in these streets and think that is my man or my future husband, because I believe who God.
And she ain't gonna order no salad.
I promise y'all, when I do get married again, and here's the thing about it, I may not even share it with social media. By the time I pop on social media, we've been already got married and everything. And y'all can just keep y'all opinion to y'all self, that part. Right. But I do want to continue to share with those of you that are watching. Thank y'all for maintaining the viewership tonight. So this lets me know that we're definitely gonna have to come back, ladies, for another episode. We're gonna have to maybe expand our round table. We might have to do it in person with this Miss Lachey at the EGP Center. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna go forth with this single, ready to mingle. Whether Prosperity Doula want to do it or not, I'm gonna do that thing because it's been deep down off in my spirit. And if y'all watch Kendra G, she has really been my inspiration. But before I knew a Kendra G, in my mind, I wanted to do a single, ready to mingle. So if you're single, ready to mingle, y'all hit me up.
Tell me, where are they? I say that all the time. I say that to you all the time. I say, Stephanie, where are you finding these men? Like, I got a date. Where? Like, where are they?
But some of them are my friends. Some of them are my friends, like literally.
I don't know.
And I'm like you, Shay. I don't know where they are. I love me some black men. I want them black like me. But however, they can't get mad at me. The Latino men and the Caucasian men, they eats me up. They love me. And it's bad because I love them all, but I love a black man. He got to be ruby black like me. He got to be black.
You know what? You know what?
Love me.
Melanin. Actually, the best and most healthiest relationship I have ever been in my lifetime was a white man. And he treated me like a man should. Like a man. Yeah, like everything I've ever wanted. I was just too young to understand that I was like, he was maybe 15 years older than me at the time. And I was like, he old to me. He was 44. And I was like almost 30. And I was like, that's old. So he was like, you never marry me. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because you old, you know. But he was mature and he was amazing. And I personally, as for me, whoever said that, Rona, the matchmaker, I'm not discriminating at this one. I love me some chocolate. I love me some chocolate. I see your face, Mel. The Stephanie's. I love me some chocolate. And if it's my preference, I would prefer for them to be chocolate. But I honestly, at this point in my life, I prefer the color happiness. I prefer the color monogamous.
Integrity.
That will actually listen to me when I am communicating my love language and that wants to pour into me in those ways. I prefer the lover of that's gonna love me. That's the color I prefer. So whatever shade that may come in, whether it is caramel, latte, brown skin, dark skin, I mean, whatever it is, I don't discriminate either way. Look, they make real good, pretty babies anyway. So
they do because I have biracial children.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something right now. Hold on, I gotta say something. So I gotta tell y'all something that's very interesting about me. Even though I just said what I said about
happiness, joy, and peace. I had to say that before I forgot it. The color, happiness, joy, and peace. Because, like you said, there can be a whole lot of hell in a household. And I don't want that.
I don't want that.
And if that comes in the color charcoal, I pass.
Look, listen. I got to tell y'all something interesting. Even though my preference, I got to tell you something. The last man that I was dating was a light-skinned dude. I don't know how he got in under the radar. But he got in under the radar. Okay? He got in. But let me tell you something. That is very interesting about me. The first man I was ever engaged to was a white man.
A white guy.
The first man that ever asked me to marry him was a white man, and I said yes. And he was a man of God. He was everything. But I was so young, and I wasn't ready for him. And I remember we went to dinner. And I mean, when I tell you he was everything, but I was young. I think I was 20. He was everything, okay? Or 19. Anyway, we went to dinner, and this is a man who was in the Lord, so he had discernment. He was in the Lord, y'all, like praying, speaking in tongues. White man in the Lord. Okay. And we went to dinner, and he said, "What's going on? I see in the spirit my ring spinning.
Mm-hmm.
The ring he gave me, and it was like boom, bam. Okay, and I think that's what made me say yes, because he loved me so much.
Yeah.
And that ring. But he said, I see the ring spinning. He was in the spirit, like for real. And I was like, man, I said, listen, I love you. I do, but I'm not in love with you. And I'm not ready to get married. And I gave him his ring back right then at that dinner, and told him I basically broke up with him at the dinner when he said, I see the ring spinning in the spirit. And I broke up with him at the dinner and gave him the ring back. And I didn't, and I was like, that the very first man that I was engaged to. And now recently, do I even want to tell this? Okay, I'm gonna tell it. Recently, I had a white man that was trying to holler at me that was fine.
Yep. I seen him.
I'm not even telling this.
December.
Look.
He's actually
we'll say that for the next show.
Yeah.
We'll say that for the next show, because Audrey Clausel said she's never dated outside the race, and she was
knock it till you try
trying to be more open. So, you know,
they just different shades, man.
Yeah, and see, with me being from Philadelphia, majority of my life I dated out of my race because I'm a Black Puerto Rican. However, the Puerto Rican men and the white men, they love me, and I kept on trying to steer to my brothers, but for some reason they didn't know how to deal with me. But the white guy, I mean, hands to me.
Steph, I gotta say this about that dude. When she said that, I gotta tell it, Steph. I gotta tell it. Let me just tell it. So
okay.
Let me tell you how this white man got canceled.
Oh God.
And he had it. He had it. I'm not a money chaser or nothing like that, but he let me know I want to take care of you.
That's a good feeling, though.
It was a great feeling.
What did he do, December?
Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make a long story very short.
They eat me up.
In conversation, and he was telling me, he's 6'5", like, ooh. And he was telling me, you know, I'm a big girl, so I'm a BBW or whatever they call it, right? And he was letting me know, he's like, I'm gonna pick you up and carry you into every room. I was like, damn, okay, all right, let me get myself together. I had to compose. Let me, all right. So he was telling me this, and he was doing this. But he messed up with me with something that he said to me in conversation. And I didn't return no more of his phone calls or his text message. I just broke it off. I ghosted him. And what he said was, he mentioned something about Black men. And I told him that, you know, I had been twice divorced and he was with the Black. He said something flippant, because I don't mind dating outside my race. And there's a lot of men who just love Black women and women of color in general, just because that's what they love, that's what they like, and that's awesome. It's okay for everybody to have a preference. Was he a wrestler? Child, I don't know what he was. He was Italian. He was 6'5", and he was built like a damn like a concrete wall. And he wanted
them Italians love Black women.
Yes, he said all his friends are with Black women, and this is what got me when he said these white men in the United States don't know. He said, where I come from, all the white men know you need a Black woman to win.
Right.
This is what he said to me. But let me tell you how he got canceled. He said for thousands of years, we know. He said, all my time. I asked him, are you okay with dating a Black woman? He said, I haven't never dated anything but a Black woman. I never been with nobody else. I was like, well, damn, okay. And then he said, everybody I know where we come from, we all know that you need a Black woman to win.
Right.
Black women win. And you need a Black woman to get. I was like,
how that make him get canceled, December?
Right. He got canceled.
What's wrong with that? At least
this another show.
Hold on, no, I gotta tell it.
I mean, you better tell it.
Again, thank you guys for rolling. We done been talking. We've been really supposed to been talking about what a woman really want, what every woman really wants, and so for those of you that are,
we done said it, Stephanie.
Thank you.
She messed up.
Wait a minute. We're going to have to come back for part 2 because y'all see what time it is? It's quarter to the top of the hour already, to the second hour. We've been talking. We can continue to go on and on.
Tracy and Stephanie trying to go to bed. They want to know what happened.
Right.
We're going to come back
Me.
for part 2. Loyalty is number 1. Communication is number 2. And as we continue to roll on what it is that every woman really wants, really it's different for the makeup and dynamic of who you are as an individual. You know, because what I want and desire the man is going to be totally different from what you want. But what you see on this screen right now are 4 independent single ladies that desire to be loved. Now, Melanin Goddess says she's content right now at 53 and she's traveling the world. I'm mad at you. Stamp them passports, baby. Tiffany Lachey, I mean, she's just such an influence of what she's doing. I mean, I'd be like, do you ever have time to go on a date? You know, we talked in conversation and you was like, I don't even think I'm being in the places, like, where do you go? Like making yourself available. So look, y'all on this platform tonight, can y'all put your information out there? Melanin Goddess, I'm going to give it to you. How can people reach out to you? Now, I know you say you're content, but if somebody want to slide in or maybe show some interest, how can they reach out to you?
Any good men, black, white, Puerto Rican, I am available. You have to be able to travel. And hey, you can inbox me or you could just hit me on my business line, 864-735-0305. I am easygoing. Let's chat. Let's see where it go. Black, white, Latino. Just know that you better come correct. Don't come with no foolishness and no don't just come correct. Just come correct.
Okay.
I'm not discriminating.
Debbie, you know I'm not. You know how I feel about online. So I'm not even going there. I will say that this is an amazing conversation. I love to have conversation, and that's that. A man see what he want. He'll go after it, and he'll know how to find it. It's not hard. You got my name plastered right there. My name is right there. So if a man is interested and wanting to get to know me, then I guess that they will find me, and it's not hard. That's it. I just don't do it. I don't believe I'm old fashioned. I just want it to happen organically. And if that's Rona Neal, if you still on this broadcast, that's organic. When people set people up, they know this person, they know the character of this person, and they know that this may be a good person for me, then they'll try to make that connection. So I'm open. No, Steph, listen, I'm gonna open that up for those who may know me,
right,
and those who may know someone else that you think that it may be a good fit for the both of us.
Okay, well, let's make this known. Make this known, Tiff, so they will know before they even try to pursue you. What are your top maybe 4 or 5 deal breakers? So they don't even come for it. What's a deal breaker that you would have for a man that you like? You know what? Ain't no need for you to even call, honey.
So number 1 deal breaker is that you don't have a relationship with God. And I say that because if we're not going to be able to be equally yoked on that level. Now, I'm not asking you to be a preacher. I don't need a deacon, none of that, but just to know that we have the same belief. That's important to me.
Right.
Number 2 is I'm a mother. I'm a single mother, and I love my baby. So that has a deal breaker is for a man who maybe don't want to date a woman who has a child, or won't be able to, or is not open to that dynamic. That's number 2 deal breaker for me. Number 3 is a communication, and I just.
Oh, we lost her. Well, you know what?
I just left. Hold on, I just left a relationship like that. So, what I now realize, you can't make a person communicate. So, if a man, I just learned that within the last month. So if he's not willing to communicate, that's a deal breaker. And then I guess the other one would be if he's not willing to, monogamy. God, dog it. I don't do cheaters. If you cheat, have a good day. I will suffer inside, whatever you want to call it. But I absolutely don't do cheaters, because like God has said back there, I know these diseases are real. I have a daughter. I plan to watch her grow, watch grandchildren, and I don't want to die because somebody put something in me that they putting in everybody else. So I want somebody who's gonna be with me. And that's a deal breaker if you're a cheater.
Right.
Then,
whether you use a condom or not, it's still
whether you use the rubber or not, it is a deal breaker. And then finally, I would say a deal breaker is well, my aunt's back here to my a liar. I mean, yes, I don't do the lie, all of that, lie, but that is a deal breaker. But I guess that would be it. Like, let's have fun, let's live life, let's grow, let's make money, and to me, I'm not like money so I can go get a Lamborghini, money so that I can pour back into the things God has called me to do. But anyway, that's all.
All right,
those are my deal breakers.
Okay, so back to you real quick, Melanin Goddess. What is your age range for guys if they were looking?
Oh gosh, 48 to 58.
Okay. What about you, Tia?
Well,
don't say those videos.
I would say if they gonna be in their 50s, because I just came from that.
Right.
I'm gonna need them to be like a youthful 50, like, because the last one, we couldn't even. It was tough because my knees hurt. He put on being gay, that icy hot, and it smelled horrible. I'm like, I'm not old. It smelled like icy hot. And
look, we need a zaddy. We need a zaddy. If you're gonna be 50 and above, you need to have all the swag and have
what's
yourself
that milk? You want
good
a milk
health
out there, fellas? Well, then we want somebody that I don't want. I mean, listen, I can't start out with nobody, and I got to take them to the doctor. Like they hurting. You know what I mean? Like, we can't even go out because they back aching. You know what I'm talking about? I can't. They got cramps. Okay, I'm done. So,
and if you got back problems, don't come see me.
So I would say anywhere between the age. See, it's all about maturity. That's what I think we really need to address. Like, you can have a man that's 35 and is really mature, has his stuff together. He is committed. He wants to be in a relationship. But then you have a 55-year-old who's
still out here playing
games and
trying to see if he
still got it. Can't even, can't even be friendly. So, I guess for me, the age is gonna be maturity. Period. I need a mature man who can handle a mature woman, and that's that. And if that comes in the age of 35, 38, again, if it's anything over 50, I'm gonna need everything to work.
Let it work.
I'm just, because at that age, they pretty much should be stable. Yeah. But I'm gonna need them to be stable in their body.
Yeah.
And I need all of that to work. I'm young. I'm in my 40s. I'm in the prime of my life, and I want to have the time of my life. And I can't have the time of my life with anybody who don't work.
That's right. All right. Okay.
So my age is gonna be maturity, Steph.
Okay. Well, Prosperity Doula. Something. I was gonna say people want to hear the rest of that story though.
No, we're doing that next time. Y'all gonna have to catch us on the next round. But can we be honest about something? All of us are 40 and up, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man, if you watching, we are in our prime at this age.
All of us.
So if you can't meet us in the bedroom where you need to meet us in the bedroom, you also don't need to call my phone or any of these ladies' phone on here, because there's something about a woman getting up in her 40s. Woo. Go hard or go home.
Go hard and meet me in my mind. I need to have a good conversation. I don't always want to be the one that teaches. I want a man to be able to teach me something, because I've experienced a lot and I know a lot. So I need to be able to have a really good conversation where I can be like, oh, wow, that's a good way to look at that. So I need you to be able to meet me in my mind and then be able to take care of my heart. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like old school. I'm very domestic. I love to cook and take care of my house, take care of my daughter, take care of my man. But I want to be taken care of too.
Yeah. Right. That's good. Prosperity Doula, what you looking for? I mean, what you looking for in your age range? What's your deal breakers? And we're gonna get ready to get on out of here, ladies.
Okay. Age range, I'm the same as Tiffany, except for this is another area where I got a preference, probably to a fault. I prefer a distinguished looking gentleman. So I am not and by distinguished, I mean mature, baby faces turn me off. So
Right.
like if you're like super cute and you're like, oh, he's so cute. Look at those dimples. He's so cute. And you got a baby face. I'm not turned on by that. I don't like baby faces. So I know I'm just a mess, right? I really prefer some salt and pepper, either in your beard or in your hair or no hair at all. I'm okay with baldness. I'm okay with partial baldness. I'm okay with all of that. I like a grown man that looks grown.
Right.
So for that reason, I'm really not into the younger guys because I don't like I don't like looking at somebody that looks like somebody that I would mentor or that I would call my son.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have because I'm like a mother figure to some folks and I, kind of mentor a little bit. I don't want to be looking in the face of a young man.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking into the face of my man, I usually prefer him to be older than me.
Right.
He could be around the same age as me too, as long as he doesn't look like a little boy in the face.
Yeah.
So
I hope it worked, December. I hope everything worked. Go ahead.
Oh, that's another thing. I'm gonna need it to work, unfortunately. Or if you know that it doesn't work, you need to make sure you're doing whatever you need to do to make sure it's working. Like I understand that there's things that come with getting up into a certain age. So
Right.
I get it, and I get it. But just make sure you know, and I know that if you got to pop a blue pill, then make sure you popping it. Make sure we're not in denial about how that thing is gonna get up and get going, because I'm gonna need it to get up and get going. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say about that. I'm not in denial about men that are that age. I get it. It's okay.
Well,
On that note, things that are deal breakers: lying.
Right.
When you are with someone who cheats on you for 8 years and can look you straight in your face and lie to you without blinking or flinching, oh my God, I can't tell you how traumatic that is.
Yeah.
Lying will get you killed or cut around here. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I will cut you. Don't lie. I don't care what it is. I will cut you. Tell the truth. Tell the damn truth.
Yeah.
I used to tell my ex-husband that. I actually told my ex-husband, if you effed up, I don't care how bad you effed up. Just don't lie to me though.
Yeah.
Because if it's something that we can't overcome, I'm going to find out anyway. I'm going to be even more mad. Let's just deal with it and cut it, or what are we going to do? If it's something that we need to deal with together, just tell me so we can deal with it together. Just don't freaking lie to me. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand it. So that's a deal breaker. I think loyalty goes without saying. We make the floor the ceiling sometimes.
Yeah.
So when we say integrity, loyalty, and stuff like that, that's all stuff that should come with the package in the first damn place. That's almost like buying a tea bag and saying, what I really need from this tea bag is for it to make tea. It's supposed to make tea. What I need for it to be is be the kind of flavor that I like. I need it to be delicious. I need it to not be too acidic. If I don't want caffeine, I need it to be caffeine free. It's supposed to be tea. It's supposed to make tea. Right. We make the floor the ceiling. So if we say a deal breaker, you know what I'm saying, is this, and this. Even when I said lying, that's a floor thing. You ain't supposed to lie.
Yeah.
So your deal breaker shouldn't be things that people aren't supposed to damn do anyway, right? So what's some of my other deal breakers? I cannot stand bad hygiene.
Right.
Oh my God.
I can't stand bad hygiene.
We didn't even get on that right
That's
there.
another show. That's
so
a whole.
If you said deal breakers, so if you know you got a problem with your feet stinking, you better scrub them motherfuckers till you don't see no dirt, and spray them and put insoles in your shoes and everything you can. I cannot stand bad hygiene. I don't like bad breath.
The teeth, December.
I don't like bad breath. I don't like stinking feet. I don't like stinking armpits. I don't like no. If you now listen, this is something that's gonna be weird. I could deal with a little bit of must. Now let me tell you why I could deal with a little musty. If you work very hard and you got a hands-on job where you work really hard, I can understand if you're a little bit musty. But I'm gonna need you to clean up real good when you come get up under mommy, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get cleaned up real good before you get up under me. That's all I'm gonna say. But if you work really hard and you have a job that's physical, and if you walk in the house and you dusty from head to toe with oil on your hands or dirt on your feet, and you sweating and you musty, that shit is sexy to me. So I could understand. That's all right. But hygiene, I got a problem with. I can't. Okay, and you can't. I don't even know how to say this.
Oh God.
We're gonna leave that for the next show.
Please,
That's enough for now.
Listen, guys,
hygiene is real.
Go ahead, Melanie. Go ahead.
My deal breaker is inconsistency. Period. Don't be lying and don't be inconsistent. If you can't even just be consistent in saying good morning, how checking in, making sure I'm good, and liars. If you know you dating multiple friends with benefits, don't fuck with me because I am the one who's going to bring you down. I'm that girl. I'm that Sagittarius. Don't play with my heart because I'm out here I'm not in these streets, but I'm 53. I ain't got time playing with you old men who's in your 50s and y'all still got 5 or 6 girlfriends. Friend girls. Friend girls. That you're screwing, that you banging, and you don't want to put no title on it because you just friends. No, that's not for me because I'll fuck your world up. I'm telling you, I'm that chick.
Yeah, but Melanin, when you say that, it's not just about like you. December, myself.
Them Sagittarius will cut you.
What I'm saying, it could be on the flip side though. Right. You got this man and he has another woman and you're with him. Next thing you know, she's following you home. Or she, because she, we don't know what these other women are in their minds. And maybe like you're a strong woman, December, you're strong. We could be like, okay, I'm not dealing with you. These other women, they may be like, you know what, you dealing with this other woman, and then everybody can carry weapons here, and now there can be a life lost. And
that's the communication coming. Then the first thing they're gonna tell you when they meet you, yeah, I had a stalker. No, you didn't have a stalker, Negro. You wasn't being honest. She wasn't being honest.
She ain't crazy.
That's a cop out.
How many women these men be telling you, baby, I love you. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, queen. Bitch, I've been a queen all week long. I don't need you to tell me that.
Woke up a queen.
It's nothing wrong with a man saying that if it's the right
but
thing.
He don't say it to 10 other women, but you post, girl, let me go here. I might need to.
If they are messing with other women, absolutely. But if that's your man and you just loving on you.
Tell the woman you're dealing with, hey, Steph, look, I love you. I'm cool with you, but I'm messing with so-and-so. I'm dealing with so-and-so too. Tell me, because if I ride up in your house and somebody's car there and you didn't tell me nothing about it, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because Sagittarius is going to knock on the door. Bitch, open up, and I'm not leaving till you do.
That's true. Well, listen, this is what I'm going to say.
It's a lot out here, Steph. It's a lot going on. And
we can talk on and on and on and on. We already at the top of the hour. Listen, we're going to get ready to get out of here. We definitely got to bring you ladies back. It was a ton of fun just hearing you share from your perspective as far as what every woman wants, or really what we want and what we desire. I'm going to say what all y'all said is what I would regurgitate and kind of say too. But, Prosperity Doula, you didn't really give your information. If there's somebody watching, maybe they want to, hit you up, maybe call you, take you out on a date. How can they reach out to you, ma'am?
They better talk to the Lord and see how they could approach me, and that's all I'm gonna say. Talk to God about it. Because if you come in my box and say, God told me that you my wife, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you.
That's why we need to meet them organically.
Yeah, so talk to the Lord, because I ain't come to play, Tracy. I ain't come to play. And if you lighter than Tiffany, if you lighter than Melanin Goddess, you really need to pray real hard and fast and seek God real hard so that He can speak to me before you do, so that I can even receive your behind. Because I can't see you.
But you need to open your mind up, December, because you might be missing out on somebody who will love you and treat you like the queen you really are. Prosperity Doula.
You know what? I might have to call that man
back. The sweeter the juice, but that's not necessarily true.
I need a real drink
too.
I might have to call that man back. I'm gonna pray on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to open your mind up. Now,
I ain't not saying that I won't. I ain't saying that I won't. I'm just saying y'all better pray real hard, because I be done looked right over you.
All right, listen.
But you know what? Men like a woman. You know what? You probably gonna get inbox anyway, because for some reason, men like women that talk like this. I'm the nice one. That's probably why I'm the one that's that's why you and Melanie, y'all inbox about to blow up tonight.
Okay,
Right
well,
there.
I'm taking myself
I'm
out
not
of the
challenge.
equation. I'm taking myself out of the equation.
I don't know why
I don't
men
want
want
nobody
this
to call
challenge
me right
anyway.
now. I'm
Men
still
want
trying
a
to
woman
figure.
that's gonna treat them like
Hold
trash.
on, Tiffany. Hold on.
Okay, girl, you done got me all hyped up.
Tiffany
Okay,
going off. What'd you say, Miss Jazzy?
I said I'm gonna take myself though out of the equation. I don't want nobody to call me. I'm still trying to figure out the shit that I already got going on and trying to figure out and filter through. Let me get my mind together. But I really just wanted to share from within to say, you know, this is really what we want. Like, if I'm gonna rock with you, I'm gonna rock with you for real. If you're gonna be mine, I'm gonna be yours for real. Like, I'm an only child. I'm not used to sharing. I don't want the community to ping, and listen. It's the honesty for me. You know, sometimes we handle the truth though. You know, because if a man is telling you that he's not ready to settle, he's not ready to be in a committed relationship, or maybe he can't nurture a relationship, can your emotions and feelings handle that? Especially if you're spending time with him, especially if you're getting to know him. So right now, I'm gonna just take a pause for the call. Let me filter through what I already got going on. If they don't work out, when we come back on the next time for the show after dark, and I'm available, I might let y'all know that. But in the meantime,
y'all better stop being with these men who's inconsistent and don't communicate. Me, you come right. Don't come in my inbox talking about you want to taste my lips and stuff, because I'm gonna cuss you out and I'm gonna talk about your mammy not raising you right. So don't come. I take white, black, and Latino. So I'm a black Puerto Rican, so I'm diverse.
Look, I have an Indian man that's trying to talk to me, but I probably on a gas station.
Hey, and he'll be faithful, they fruitful, and they do multiply. Yes.
Okay, so let me drop this one more time, because this show has really engaged many of you. And I know many of you that are watching right now, you're single, right? You guys are single. You're single, ready to mingle. I ain't talking about you single and you got some sideline hoes. I'm not talking about if you single and you know you got a whole man at the house, but you're not happy with him, but you willing to creep with somebody else because
he creeping with 5 other women.
I don't want to be the mediator of emotional attachments, right? So you really, if you're going to come on this platform, I need you to be single, ready to mingle. All right. So it's going to go down again next Thursday.
Steph, but I know you're trying to go, but my aunt just said something. She just said,
we cannot get off the show.
Listen. You know what she just said? She just said, y'all want a man with no issues.
Oh, that's not true.
We didn't even go there. We didn't even go there.
We had that on our list, Steph. We had unrealistic expectations. We had unrealistic expectations on our list, and we did not cover it.
Look
so
at
we got to do a part 2.
We're gonna talk about it next week. Y'all coming back next week? Is y'all gonna come back next week? Because bottom line is, it don't matter who you get with. We all got a little junk in the trunk. We all got issues. We all got triggers. We all got attitude. You know, the Boquisha and me. Like somebody said, well, who are you today? I said, well, you know, I'm Stephanie when I'm chill. I'm Miss Jazzy when I'm on the lives and I got the mic, but I'm Boquisha when I'm unsaved and unruly. Who you want today? That part.
Well, see, I'm very consistent. I am very consistent in who I am. So you get what it is that you get. Yeah. And to answer your question, Auntie, no, I believe everybody has issues because there is no perfect person. There is none. But what we continue, I continue to say is there has to be a willingness to communicate. There has to be a willingness to compromise. There has to be a willingness. And people don't fight for relationships like they used to. I'm willing to fight, but are you willing to fight, sir?
Yeah.
Are you willing to fight when we maybe disagree about something? Or are you going to be like, oh, I'm out because we disagree? So, and that's what happens nowadays. That's even been said here on this platform tonight. The moment I see a red flag, I'm out. But you know what? But if that's the case, you got several of these people that's on this platform right now. Tracy Fant, Ron and Neely, I'm sure they've been married for a very long time. I'm sure it has been some stuff that you can be like, you know what? I'm out. But there are some relationships in there that you have to fight for. In relationships and friendships, you got to fight for friendships. There may be something we may disagree with, but if we're gonna stay friends, we're gonna have to work that thing out.
Look, so God knows better than me.
For him to be perfect, and yes, it's okay if they have issues, but he can't have the issue of infidelity. That's not an issue that I'm willing.
He can't have the issue of telling the truth.
Right.
He can't have the issue of not being accountable.
Right.
He can't have the issue of not wanting to get up and go to work.
I done been there too. That's a whole show.
And
he can't have the issue of being boring as hell, and all he want to do is lay up under me.
Right. And being emotional detached. It's bad when you have a man and he is successful in everything he do business-wise. But when you come down and say, hey, let's talk some serious stuff about, settling down, being in a serious relationship, then you get tongue-tied. Like, don't do that. You looking good to the outside, but when I get you behind closed door, you like damn Forrest Gump. I need you to be Superman.
Now, you see? It's the truth.
It is the truth. Ladies, we gotta get out of here. Listen, we can talk on and on and on and on. I know this show has been. I believe this. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. Steph, Tiffany, let me say this on behalf of the Prosperity Doula. Now, this has been one of the best shows that we have done since we have launched this platform of Miss Jazzy and the Prosperity Doula Live. We already knew the engagement, but we knew most importantly of who we were going to have with us tonight, because we know y'all was going to bring it. Y'all was going to tell the truth. You was going to be real raw, cut, and transparent. So listen, we're going to do it again next week. Same time. We're going to invite a couple more folks to join us. So, we might rotate you guys out as far as just your time that you're sharing this platform, because people want to talk about this. This is real life issues of what we're dealing with. So listen, make sure y'all go and like and subscribe to the Miss Jazzy and Prosperity Doula Live.
Rhonda don't want the conversation.
Rhonda said, "Wow,
it's a few feet." Tracy says she said her husband talking.
Can you drop the flyer for tomorrow's show?
Stephanie, let's finish it.
Can I say something?
Wait, time out. What you got, Melanin? What, Melanin?
Are y'all ladies willing to stay with a man and you know that he has some type of issues as far as lying, infidelity, and not being honest with himself? Will you stay to fight for that shit, or you keep on trying to just play with it? I know some sisters, they with men and they playing with them.
Hold on, everybody stop.
Yeah.
Look, Pastor Ivy said married people can help with this. Listen, on our next show, I'm saying it right now. So you guys, we're going to send you an invitation, but I'm saying it right. On our next show, I want to get Pastor Ivy on here. I want to get Leo on here. I want to get Rona on here. Ivy, Leah, Rona, Tracy. All of you right now, you have a standing invitation right now to our show next Thursday. You let us know if you want to be on, and we'll put you on. Next Thursday, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Everybody that's married on here that commented, Ivy, Rona, Leo, who else? Tracy. All y'all are welcome to come on here. You're welcome to come on here with your spouse if you want to. That would be awesome. And let us talk about, listen, there's a struggle being single, but there's also a struggle being married.
Come on now.
There's things you have to work through to get to know each other, because two people getting married coming together is like two countries getting married. They have their own cultures, they have their own language, they have their own food, they have their own everything. And when you marry two countries, oh my God. So listen, we want to get the married folks on here to help us out. Like she said, I don't want him on here with me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, this has been awesome. This would have been one of the best shows we have had. And so when we're going to get to married folks on this next show, because we're talking about what we want. But Rona said that her husband wasn't what she wanted, but it was what God gave her. And she's so glad that they're together now. But in the beginning, they didn't like each other. Listen, that's probably gonna be my story. Lord, you
better call that white man.
No, he's gonna send me a light skin.
Get up.
He's gonna send me a light skinned man, and I'm gonna have to repent and submit. Anyway, listen. I don't know who said whose Facebook said my husband and I will do.
I'm still trying to figure out where they are. I'm in Greenville, and I mean, I know I'm busy, but I make.
Tracy said she didn't like Jeff at first. Oh, Rona said he was engaged and I was engaged. Ooh, girl, you gotta be on here. Ooh, she done spilled some tea. Listen, you gotta be on the next. You gotta be on. But listen here, engaged ain't married. There's no covenant in the engagement, and that's another thing we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna drop this little nugget right here, and we're gonna talk about it next time. It ain't possible to cheat nor have a side chick until you're married.
Right.
But see, well, come on now, December. No, I ain't listening, because when you saying that,
I'm gonna break it down on the next show. I'm gonna break it down on the next show. Girl, I'm not saying it ain't possible.
How you gonna drop the mic on something like that though? How you gonna
we gotta drop the mic. We gotta drop the
We've
mic.
been saying we want somebody monogamous. We want somebody loyal. We don't want somebody to cheat. So how you gonna drop the mic on that?
I'll expand. I'm not saying what you think. I'm not saying no craziness. We'll expand on it on the next show. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of men and women are expecting husband and wife commitments with boyfriends and girlfriends. And that's all I'm gonna say.
And it's not gonna work.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But if you're a man or woman of your word and you saying that you're in a committed relationship, then what is committed?
You gotta honor your listen. That's why I said I'm not saying nothing crazy.
Like this.
You have to honor your word. You have to honor
Leo
your
said
word.
it. If you're engaged, you still can be snatched. Like Rona and Tim can be a witness to that. You can still be snatched in an engagement. So
yes.
I'm gonna say this, ladies. It has been an amazing show. Again, talking about once again what it is that women really, really want, and for all the ladies that participated again in today's poll. For those of you that got on late, fellas, I need y'all to hear this. These were some of the things that the ladies said that was their number one thing. Many of these ladies said multiple things, but it was commitment, communication, compassion, consistency, emotionally available, faithfulness, God-fearing, honesty, integrity, life, she basically said, to be able to give me life and we give life to each other, love, loyalty, to be a provider, respect, security. There's so much more, spiritually grounded, stability, trust.
Emotional intelligence.
I said weight was one of them as far as him not having a big gut, but I missed wisdom earlier. But I did say wisdom is my thing. But just know that there's so many different things that were said. There's different women, different strokes for different folks. We all know what we individually want. So until next week, ladies, it's been an amazing show. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everybody in the comments that engaged with us. Y'all kept us hyped as well. And so, look, I ran out of drink. I'm going to have to make sure next week I have more drink for my cup, right? Y'all be sure to hit us up. Let us know if you want to be a part of the show. If there's a question that you want us to address, we would love for you to just hit us up and drop that information. Y'all hit up these ladies, and we want to be able to see between now and next week, and maybe they get a date, maybe they get a call. We're gonna find out. We might.
Well, Rona is the hookup. So Rona, you already know, right?
Well, Rona, you don't know me.
Rona's not ready to get off of here, Steph. So we gotta go. We gotta go. Folks gotta go to bed. I got projects to work on.
We love you guys. Until next time, we are.
Wait. Tomorrow, somebody's like, I gotta go too. I got work to do. I can't even go to bed when we get off here. Tomorrow, listen, we're gonna have Derek Reynolds on the show 9 a.m. tomorrow for Faith-Filled Freedom Friday. Yes. This young man right here and those two beautiful young ladies, he got custody of his children after a 6-year battle, and he's the MVP right now. We want to bring him on the show tomorrow at 9 a.m. to encourage. We're not having him on here to bash the baby mama. We're not even going to talk about the baby mama. The show tomorrow is to encourage fathers who are dealing with difficult situations with the mothers of their children not to give up, to give up the fight. You fight your hardest to have a relationship with your children by any means necessary. And even though the court system is tilted toward the mothers, the court system is there for you too. And he is living proof of that. And we're going to have him on the show at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Derek Reynolds, this man right here, fought for custody of his children, and he won, and it took him 6 years to do it. And we're just bringing him on here to encourage and empower all the men out there, all the fathers out there that have these baby mothers that are difficult. We're not going to bash nobody. And that make it hard for you to have a relationship with your children. Encourage you to pursue, press, persevere, and do not give up on being present in your children's life. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., Derek Reynolds will be on the show. Okay, now we really got to go. We do. It's been an amazing show, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time. Y'all meet us in the morning at 9, but y'all put this on the calendar every Thursday. This is After Dark with yours truly, Miss Jazzy, and the Prosperity Doula Live. We love you guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.